Welcome back to Chatting Matters Podcast.
I'm Berit.
I'm Kayla. I'm Sierra. I'm Alexis.
And today we're going to be talking about the movies of 2023.
Are we starting with Barbie and Oppenheimer?
Yeah, okay. So, I didn't see Oppenheimer.
I didn't either.
I saw Barbie early, and then I saw Oppenheimer the day it came out.
And Alexis, you saw Oppenheimer.
I saw Oppenheimer and then I saw Barbie like weeks after it came out.
I saw Barbie twice. I don't know.
I saw Barbie 3 times.
3 times?
I think
Did you cry all 3 times?
I only shed a tear at one of them.
Shed a tear.
I didn't.
She
'cause
cried.
I cried.
Yeah.
All
Kylie
right.
cried.
Kylie cried. That's gonna sound so bad on it.
Alexis and I just high-fived.
So...
If the debate is which one is better,
I think Oppenheimer was better, like...
the production on Oppenheimer was better than
better.
Barbie.
But
Barbie, I really like the plot.
I did like the
storyline.
plot, but sometimes I cringed a little bit. And I feel like that was the point
Yeah, that
of
was
Barbie.
kind of the point
Yeah.
of the movie.
Oppenheimer just
Yeah.
made my brain hurt.
Let's talk about...
Blue Beetle, that's all you.
Oh,
I feel like we
That
should
was
talk
not, like-
about a movie that
That's
only
the,
one
that's,
of
that's the first one that just came to my mind.
Okay, can we all agree? I didn't even have to see it to agree that Five Nights at Freddy's was the worst movie that came out this year, right?
I think as a group, yes, but I think that other people would disagree. I know a lot of people who actually really like the movie.
Kylie loved it,
As...
clearly.
Okay, well, someone who, like, knew of the game before the movie, because I don't know how many people actually, like, knew the game before. I don't know. They, like... they tried to, like, incorporate stuff, like, the fan base, like, thought was important. So on that aspect, it was good. But other than that, it was really cringy and not very, like...
Which I think
I know... Yeah.
That might
makes-
be another one where that's kind of like the point of the movie.
I know
and
it
it
wasn't
kind
supposed
of-
to be, like, a masterpiece. But...
it makes sense for the time because it was like the strike was happening.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So-
I forgot that strike was this year.
Yeah.
Which is weird because so many good movies came out. Actually.
Right.
What are you doing?
Featured Josh Hutcherson.
Wow. Wow.
Hutcherson. So
I'm taking it. Okay, so on that note, I think we move to Hunger Games.
Yes.
Oh
my god. Hunger Games was.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I also haven't seen it.
I'm gonna...
Alexis and I
But you
got
guys
this
can't.
one.
There are no spoilers, in
spoilers
this.
here.
How? What do you mean?
Oh
how?
yeah, disclaimer.
Oh yeah.
No spoilers. Don't worry.
No
Yeah. Thanks for
disclaimer.
that.
Spoilers.
What?
No.
Okay,
Because
no spoilers.
nobody's gonna listen if they don't want.
Okay,
if they
okay.
Don't want spoilers.
I feel like you should have seen
Beautiful movie.
already.
2 hours and 30 minutes did not feel that long.
The first hour 45, your brain is like does a 180 basically
Yeah.
of what it should do.
It was split into 3 parts, like the movie had 3 sections, and each section was perfect in every possible way. Tom Blythe is perfect in every possible way.
I'm gonna be so honest. I think I've seen every scene with Tom Blythe on TikTok.
Good.
So then you've basically seen
So
the movie.
you've seen the
I have
movie.
not. Personally.
You know.
The movie just felt so. It was so right. Like
It was great. I don't know, like before seeing it, some people had said it was a bad movie, and I
Oh.
very much so disagree with that. I thought it was
Yeah.
perfect.
can we talk about the conspiracy?
Oh,
The
conspiracies.
conspiracies.
Okay.
Is that technically a spoiler?
I mean, I saw the conspiracies on TikTok before I watched the movie.
Okay.
I also did. No.
Sierra
I
says
say
no.
no.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
It made me want to watch all the other 4.
Also,
It's
what
good.
I liked in the movie was all the little references to the
To the actual
original
Hunger
ones.
Games, yes.
Like when she was picking Katniss, that was kind of crazy. And also, like all the characters in the that were Snow's age are like the parents of the characters in the actual
Yeah, like to
Hunger
think
Games.
that
like the Canes,
Mags.
Mags.
Yeah, she was literally like the Hunger Games that she was in was literally the one after.
Really? She was the 11th?
She was the 11th. She was the winner of the
I
11th
love
Hunger
Mags.
Games. So she literally was the winner.
After.
The one
Lucy.
after. Yeah.
Wow, I love Mags.
Which is like so. Like,
Is she the one? Oh, that's
She's the
spoiler.
one-
she's the one who is
Okay,
with
well-
Finnick.
Finnick in all the second one.
Yeah.
She said bye.
Yeah.
Got to go.
She was a little old anyways.
Yeah.
She didn't talk. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, since we're talking about
Hunger
movies
Games
that just
great.
came out, I know none of us have seen it yet, but I'm so excited to see Saltburn
Oh
Because-
my gosh. Yes.
because I have no idea what it's about, but everyone is saying that it's like a midsummer vibe, and I haven't seen that either, but I know that it's like will get you questioning life for like 3 weeks afterward, and that makes me really excited.
And Jacob Elordi.
And Jacob Elordi is
Just
just
like.
I'm moving on.
Next.
I think
The
I
Little
think-
Mermaid.
I
Oh, I
didn't see
forgot
The
about
Little
that.
Mermaid.
I didn't
I
either.
also didn't see that.
Okay, none of us.
Okay,
saw it.
great.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Personally, I think my favorite movie that I've seen this year, it might be Guardians of the Galaxy, because it's the
Because
only
she sobbed the entire time.
it's the only movie I haven't been able to watch again, which is how you know it's a good movie.
I watched that movie after taking the A-Push exam and was really stressed
Oh,
the
yeah?
entire
Didn't
movie.
we? Yeah,
Yeah.
we did do that.
Because-
Why
And
did we
then
do
and then
Her
afterwards,
and Elena stayed home from school that
yeah,
day.
because
And
there
then
were
we
no
went and
kids in
saw
the
it.
classes.
Yeah.
But then we got back and we went back to Kylie's house and we were looking up like chances of us all passing and like putting our stats into A-Push grade calculators
yeah.
to figure out what score you would get. I got the score it predicted for me, so that was cool. I didn't think it would actually work, but
back to Guardians.
back to Guardians.
What a movie!
What a movie!
It was so
that
good.
was like that made me think that Marvel like had a chance to like redeem
Yes.
themselves.
That was like
That was about it.
that was like the cliff, and it just like
yeah,
from then we
Fell
just
off.
fell.
because like Spider-Man No Way Home was like life-changing.
Right.
Wow,
So,
that was a good movie.
like, Seeing that movie in theaters, nothing will ever top that. But No Way Home was like peak, and then it just like really went downhill, and then
Other than-
Guardians of the Galaxy just like shot
Was
right
Black
back
Panther
up.
any
Like,
good?
what's with the Marvels?
I haven't seen it.
I didn't
I don't
see
know
it
what
either.
is the Marvels.
The Marvels is like Captain Marvel, and then these two other chicks who are like attached to her, and like they have to like work together.
I saw
and
the
like they change
Eternals,
powers. I don't know.
like
What?
a year ago or something like
haven't
that.
seen
It
it.
wasn't very good. I just remember Harry being in it for the last like 2 seconds.
Like the Marvel movies are just getting cheesy. Like there's so many like that was a horn. The like so many like kids jokes. Does that make sense? I
Yeah,
don't know.
and like I think where Marvel went downhill was when they started making the TV shows, because the TV shows were good, but then it's like you have to find a way to tie those into the movies, and like the whole multiverse thing has really like
yeah.
confused everything.
Yeah.
I've been thinking. So, like, our parents' generation, okay, this is like kind of off topic, but not. Our parents' generation grew up with Star Wars 4, 5, and 6, which was really 1, 2, and 3, but whatever. And they loved them, and then 1, 2, 3 came out, and they all hated them. But we grew up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
and loved all of them, and then the next 3 came out, and we all hate them. And, like, what if that happens with Marvel? And, like, we all love the original
all love-
generation of Marvel, but then...
And this new
the new
generation,
generation
is
gets the
like growing
new-
up on the show,
Yeah,
so they
like, what
think-
if they think... What if they
Wow.
really love this version of Marvel?
And then
Like-
they'll probably have a new franchise coming up,
Mhm.
and then wow, that's crazy.
Like personally,
I've thought
my
about that
younger
quite a
brother loves like the Thor movies and like the newer ones
Really?
that have come out.
Love
yeah.
and Thunder?
Yeah,
That was
he
such a
loves that
terrible
movie.
Did Love and
I
Thunder come out
agree.
this year? It came out
No,
last
that was
year,
last
right?
year. I
but
saw
like
that in
still
New
in the
Jersey
same
last
like
year.
era of Marvel. So.
Right. Marvel, like,
Um,
I don't know.
I saw a TikTok about this. He was talking about like the new sense of humor that they're using in all their movies, and it's just
Yeah.
not good.
Well, and I think what, like, I'm gonna go back to Thor, even though it didn't come out this year. Like, you can tell that they tried to be funny because Ragnarok was just so good.
Ragnarok was
And like
so good.
it was like the perfect amount of like action and humor and like all of it. And so
Right.
they really like tried to do that with Love and Thunder, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. Should we do
Something really quick about Guardians, the soundtrack was incredible.
Wow,
Yes.
soundtrack.
The end-
Also Hunger Games
Florence and the
soundtrack.
Machines.
Just really.
Oh
sealed
Oh my
the
gosh,
deal.
Hunger Games?
Games?
The
fact
we
that
didn't even
she's-
talk about the music.
Oh
she
my
sang, they recorded that all live.
Yeah,
That's like
She just sounds like that.
she has such a good voice.
She
Like,
sounds so good. Actually, personally, it's on my Spotify home consistently.
Yeah, me as well.
Like, it hasn't left since I watched the movie. It's the album is
And
still
it
there.
like
I
there's
haven't
so
even
many
seen the
different
movie and I listen
vibes
to the
on it too.
soundtrack.
Like you literally get like every single emotion.
Right.
Yep.
The song, like with the soundtrack, basically. Should we do Taylor and Beyonce?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
since we're on the
Grease.
since we're on the topic of
Oh,
music,
yeah. Speaking of
Whoa.
music,
Sorry about the
Good
weird
transition.
voice. Anyway, about music, there's been lots of like documentaries of like their concerts coming
yeah.
out.
So we had the Eras Tour documentary and the Renaissance documentary, which just came out like 6 days ago.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen either, but I've seen enough of the Taylor one on TikTok
yeah, me too.
to like no. I think it's such a good outlet for people who couldn't go to the
Right.
concert.
And it's like you're basically spending what, like $15 to go see, like,
Right.
basically what people saw in concert. Now it's not the same
Minus-
experience. Like
But
it's
But it kind of is, because in the videos that I've seen, it's like the whole cinema basically comes up to the front and like has
Does
like a
all
little
that they do-
mosh
and they do all the chants and
Yeah.
like they do
Doesn't-
the friendship bracelets.
Didn't
and,
Taylor like surprise certain theaters? There?
Yeah.
on Premiere, was it Premiere that
There's
she
a
did
premiere
that?
That would have been
premiere.
insane.
And also, I
being in
think
that
it
theater.
like allows, like, especially the young generation, like elementary school. Like, I'm sorry, but parents aren't gonna take their, like, there was some that did, but
But most of them
But-
aren't going to take their kids to the
the
Eras
very
Tour
rich
for
parents.
well,
$300.
yeah, like seats, even like the 500s at Empower were
Right. I think
still
I
100
think
something.
you and I, as the two people who were lucky enough to like go to the Eras Tour,
Yeah. It doesn't. I feel like I can't see it because it won't like
it won't,
it won't
give
be the same. Yeah, like it'll be like nostalgic, but not like in the way that I want it to be.
Right. But like the Renaissance film, I'm so excited to see that because Beyonce didn't do a concert in Denver.
She
and I
didn't?
like no, she
Wow.
didn't, and I really, when she announced that she was going on tour, I really wanted to go because I just knew that it would be like so
It's just
fun.
iconic. Yeah.
And like imagine doing the mute challenge with Beyonce, like that would
I
be
see TikToks about
so
that. Did you see the
fun.
one with the girl who yelled during?
There's so
Yes.
many of those. Like, why?
why. But like you can just do that in the theaters now, and
And I know that like one of the first people to do it, actually, it wasn't this year, but Billie did it.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish. She like, and I went to the in theater one, but I also went to the concert, and it's nothing like being at the concert, but it's like
Still,
just getting to reminisce on it, and like the fact that you were there was great.
well, and it's almost like it's like a kind of like a take on like actual music documentaries, like more the ones where like we get the ones where it's like producing films and or like producing music and stuff, which are cool to see.
like
but
the
to see,
I went and saw like the Whitney Houston movie. That might have actually been this year. I think it was. But I went and saw that, and I like. It was more for my mom's sake, but it was like, it wasn't very good.
right, and like it's cool to see the production, but to like see the actual concert happening, I think it's just like a totally different vibe. That's like really cool.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can talk the others, Zoe.
Oh,
What?
I have not
movie.
seen that.
I
So
haven't
this
either.
wasn't in
I've
theaters.
seen
this was a
but it was
Prime.
on
It was
Amazon.
Prime,
Yeah.
but it came out in a ton of other
Yes,
countries.
that was so annoying.
It came out like 2 weeks before in like Canada, the
Mhm.
UK, like all of these places. And so I kept seeing like edits of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this movie's going to be like really good. Like, we need to go see it. Or I guess we need to wait for it to come out. It did not live up to
No, it was
expectations.
so
It
terrible.
was so cringy. Like, bless Drew Starkey, but like,
Okay, but
he was the sole
can I be
reason.
so
Yeah.
honest? I think I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know, but I feel like it's probably one of those movies that like if you watched it by yourself, you would enjoy it a lot more. But because you guys like watched it in the group, you're gonna think that it's cringe.
I don't
especially in,
know.
like, a
it
group
was
setting.
quite terrible.
Because, like-
so the dialogue was
Okay.
actually painful to
But,
listen
like,
to.
Like when it was like Kissing Booth era and like
Oh, I
To All the
hated
Boys I
Kissing
Loved
Booth.
Before era,
Yeah.
I would gladly sit down and watch those.
but I don't think I could watch it with
But if
any
I
of
watched
you.
it with like friends, I would cringe so hard.
I,
Like
that's
it's
a
not
really
the
good
same.
point.
I personally hated all those movies, but
I
That's
also
okay.
did not like them. Actually, well, okay, I've seen the Kissing Booth movies. Kissing Booth movies, but I haven't seen To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Okay.
So,
you don't need to.
okay, great.
I think now I would think that those are cringy.
But like if I would have watched the other Zoe 3 years ago, it would have
like
been great.
COVID, I would have loved it. But
peak cinema right there.
yeah, like nothing was coming out in theaters. It was just hit Netflix. Like it was perfect.
Netflix is going downhill.
I agree.
Like I can't find any good things to watch.
I don't even watch TV anymore.
Yeah,
I feel like
I just watch when I go over to you guys' houses or whatever, like what movies we can
can't see,
but I haven't watched a new TV show since the new Outer Banks season came out.
And
year,
if I do
in, like,
watch
February.
it, and like if I do watch a new TV show, it's something that's like old.
Let's wrap up with Creed 3 and Air because I feel like those two.
Those two came out at like they came out the same day. I'm
so
pretty sure.
good.
Creed was
so good.
Like I've seen all the Rocky movies and all the Creed movies, and it was just like I don't even know how to describe it. It just like it scratched an itch in my brain.
Like everyone talks about Michael B. Jordan's attractiveness, but he is such a good actor. Like besides all of his attractiveness, like he's just genuinely like
a good actor. And it was like I feel like when you get to that point in like series, the movies like start to go downhill.
But I
that
think
was
it went
perfect.
Yeah, I think it like they've been very consistent, and I think it was just like perfect time because that was like beginning of summer maybe.
Yeah.
And so
it was very good timing. I think it was like June.
Yeah.
And then Air came out at the same time. And I think, other than Guardians, I think Air might have been my favorite movie this year.
I did not see.
I wish it wasn't rated R. That was my only thing. I don't think it should have been.
Air was about like Jordans, like the shoes,
like how they came out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We watched it at Kylie's house.
No, we did.
Oh, okay.
It was us too. It was like I would like to say I'm a shoe person. Like I don't buy all the shoes because they're ridiculously expensive, but like I admire people's shoes, and it was just so cool to see like they were designed to be a basketball shoe, and now they're like a staple shoe that like people wear for just like style and like.
The only aspect of it I didn't like was that rather than finding someone that could like play Jordan, they just didn't put him in the movie. He was in the movie, but they never like showed his face or anything. Like because there were certain parts where he'd be like sitting at the table with them, but they never show him.
It was like the back three, and I like that they incorporated his parents, but like I wish they would have put him with his parents, like because it felt like they were the main characters of the movie at some point.
So in conclusion, 2023 was a very solid year of movies coming out. Personally, my favorite was probably Guardians of the Galaxy.
My favorite was also Guardians of the Galaxy or probably Barbie.
My favorite was definitely the new Hunger Games.
Mine was also the new Hunger Games.
This was Chatty Matters Podcast. Thanks for listening. And have a great winter break.
Happy holidays.